Hello, 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 and welcome to Bravo. We're Black, and this time I am here with my girl Leah from Positively Uncensored. I told you guys on Ryan Bailey's podcast to expect me on Positively Uncensored and to expect her on mine. Please, you guys, we love Summer House. We love Real Housewives. We love all the things on Bravo, Southern Hospitality. But please make sure you make it to both of our podcasts when we're talking about the scripted shows. Euphoria, The Boys, okay? Especially because The Boys is almost like, this is their best season yet. And I say this like, I didn't say that for fourth season because I was just like, okay, this is a lot. But third season, I was like, this is the best season yet. Second season, this is the best season yet. But
Yes.
they're going out with a bang, honey. And I just enjoyed our conversation so much about Euphoria, about The Boys, and also I'm excited to talk today about Real Housewives and Summer House, but today there is literally the Invincible finale, so go do your homework for that. There is the Boys episode waiting for me. Have you seen it yet?
No.
So waiting for us literally right after this. So this is going to be a doozy. Okay, so Riverside, don't fail me now, baby. So we are here after that bombshell Summer House episode that it just makes me so sick to my stomach. I watched the screener. I honestly didn't even realize that I had screeners to Summer House. I was literally going in to see Ladies of London, which in the grand scheme of things, unless you watch Ladies of London, you don't know. Like, it's so good. So they sent me an email reminding me, hey, this is Ladies of London. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, a new episode early. And then it literally took me directly to Summer House. And I'm like, para mí? Oh my gosh. Like, thank God. And then I'm like, it was literally like I was meant to see this. It was very upsetting. They're like, we just want to want Kaya to die today. So I saw it, and then I did a couple of voice notes on my stories, which if you follow my stories, it's the wild, wild west. Sometimes I'll be posting about scripted, sometimes I'll be posting about my personal life, sometimes I'll be promoting stuff, sometimes I'll be bashing people. Right now it's a little bit of everything. But I was like, listen, y'all don't understand. This episode of Summer House is upsetting, but also like it included so many things that me and you can get into that it's just, listen to Bitches Better. Me and Raven talked about it. But like I also want to talk about Rhode Island because these women just get more interesting and more interesting. So let's get Summer House out the way because it just feels the heaviest. On scale of 1 to 10, how bad do you feel like this episode was in the scale of like how bad it makes Wes and Amanda look?
I mean, we're at a 10. We've been at it. Like, obviously the episode before where Amanda is sitting on West and saying, "Watch my butt when I walk away." Obviously that was more egregious in terms of their flirtations with each other, but this episode was just sinister. Very sinister.
And I know it sounds dramatic, but when I say this shit is evil, I mean it. Like,
Mhm.
I just can't imagine doing this to someone that I claim to be friends with at all. This is not, in any way that you put it, it's not like as simple as two people who accidentally fell in love. It's like when you see what they say, like we start the episode with Amanda saying literally, I see you, and giving her words of affirmation, and then she shakes her back. I don't know. She swears that she has ass now. I think it's because she's hanging around Mia and Sierra, but that's why I said she shakes her back. Because it's just so, it made me so distraught because it's like, yeah, like obviously I'm a jokey person, so like after something serious I might like just make a face or try to lift it, but it seemed more like, oh, this, because of the context, everything that she does just seems devious.
Mhm. I completely agree. I thought that the ending of the episode and West's inability to make eye contact with Sierra, combined with them making up and becoming best friends again. I think evil is the appropriate word. Like they have solidified themselves in a place that's like close to Sierra while simultaneously like reaping the benefits of her pouring into them and giving each of them second chances in different ways. And here we are. You fucked her over. You don't care, you don't reciprocate. You can't even like I don't think Amanda's going to be accountable, and she talked to Wes this whole episode about how he should be accountable to Sierra. It's just it honestly boggled my brain. It left me feeling scrambled after I finished watching it.
And it's just like every time I would be with this person that I'm with, I would think about like what I did. And also the show is airing now. They're editing the show also now. And it's just like, wow, like you have to, and they might say that we didn't even do you think they're going to watch these episodes? That's what I want to know before the reunion, because the reunion should be taping tomorrow or Friday. Right now we're recording on a Wednesday.
I can't see a world in which they can't be watching these episodes because I imagine that even just within their marriage, because she's still married to Kyle, I would
Yep.
imagine that he's basically sending timestamps of things that he has questions about because of everybody on the cast, the person who's most likely to try and shield Amanda other than West at this reunion would be Kyle out of their
Mhm.
history and still being married to her. So I think he's going to have a lot of questions leading up to the reunion so he can try to support Amanda. And we'll see if we'll see how that goes.
It's also because they have a show to save too. Like they were in the city is already something that's like, do I even want to watch? Of course, we're watching for Lindsay Hubbard. But watching with the knowledge that we have now is going to be hard, because if you're talking about like going to therapy and all these things, and we were trying and it didn't work, and especially if they want to lie about the timeline, if they want to come in defensive, if they want to continue to go on these horrible public outings, it's not going to help the promo for a whole nother show that you have to tee up for the audience.
Mm-hmm. And this is Amanda's livelihood at this point, right? Like it's
Right.
the show and her failed swimsuit line that's ultimately going to put her in the hole because there's no way she makes back her money, in my opinion.
Yeah. So I think, wasn't her swimsuit line just like a collab with another company? Like I always joked and said it was just like something that she's drop shipping. So I'm like, is that a collab that you're gonna, another brand deal that you're gonna lose? Because
Mm-hmm.
like, is it like um with a company that already makes bathing suits, and then now you have like these special bathing suits that she's promoting on the show, that she's wearing, and I'm like, wow, I don't want that like at all. And then like you said, it's her livelihood, because she's not out here doing all these independent things, because she's been a lazy bitch the whole time we've seen her. And it's literally okay to sit back and let your husband take care of you, and if you have a cushy job. But if I was on a reality TV show and I have a husband that's like working, sure, I'm gonna jump on Canva and say that I'm a graphic designer for my husband's company. And you watch the Summer House films, what, 8 weeks a year? Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's fine. But you decided to uproot everything that you wanted, and we've seen her do these interviews where, okay, we're getting to know Amanda, and now we're seeing that we actually are not getting to know Amanda. We don't know anything about her. We're just getting, her doing a collab with like the one brand that dropped her. Like, shout
Mm-hmm.
out to them who did the right thing the day of. She had to unfortunately post that Jimmy John's ad, which was not good at all.
Mm-mm.
She hasn't like lined up anything for herself. She is known for by not, some people for her quote unquote style, which
Mm-hmm.
is skinny girls style. I love when
Mm-hmm.
she had the jeans on, a low rise. I don't have the body for it. So that's why I'm like, okay, I see. I understand. Like, I understand what you guys are talking about. Like, cool girl, effortless chic is what they call it. And I think even Betches had a whole, like, I think Betches had like a ongoing thing with her. The ongoing, if I were to quote the queens, the ongoing with Betches. And I think that I saw that they replaced her with Jenna Lyons, which I'm just like, okay, like you don't have anything to fall back on. So you are literally, you lose your friendship, you lose the trust of the public, you are losing the trust of brands because you're not sellable. And then now you have a show that's already filmed
Hmm.
where we're going to go in with the knowledge that you didn't want this man at all.
Yeah.
So it's literally crazy to think about. But yeah, behavior was devious. Then we see them back up. Well, I'll just say Wes comes, apologizes, whatever. Sierra is just like, I don't want to be your friend right now. Can we just not do that? Can we just coexist? And like that's where Wes becomes evil too. It's like you could have just left her alone. But because you're not comfortable sitting with uncomfortability, you have to make everything about you and yourself and what you did, and you're not reflecting, you're not doing anything to be a better person. You just don't like feeling uncomfortable. And he literally just admits that. And that is just so, I hate it. Um so then they go, it's the week. We followed them throughout the week.
Wait, can I say
Wes,
something
go
really
ahead.
quick? Okay.
Yeah,
I only have one
interrupt
comment.
me anytime, please, because I know yeah,
Okay,
that's the
no,
thing
I
about
only
me.
had a comment to make. And I feel like it's important. One of the things that I like to talk about on my podcast and like a perspective I like to bring in is just acknowledging how devious like white people's nature can be. And I'm sure that it's something that everybody is aware of. Like, I'm not saying anything groundbreaking, but I think that there's just something so important about white women, white men's tendency to not be able to sit in discomfort, like not be able to sit and reflect, not be able to be accountable, and rather than sit with it or take any sort of accountability, it's a tendency to resent everyone who is criticizing you and then also resent the person that you've harmed. And I don't know. I think it's so dangerous, but so on brand. Like, I think it's like a tale as old as time. And I just think that they both do that, Amanda and Wes.
Except Wes, like you just made such a great point, resent the person. He literally admitted that in their conversation. And but he goes naturally. And I'm like, that's not natural. He said natural one too many times. And I'm like, what is your nature? That tells me about your nature.
And that's what I mean. Like, people, that's what's so devious too, is like West is around Black culture, West is around Black people, West benefits from being around this. And yet he can't have a meaningful conversation about race. He can't look at himself and like address his privilege. Like, it's just it's kind of crazy to me. And not to switch topics, but I'm like, since we
We're all
talk,
over the place, babe.
we're all over, and me and you talk Euphoria. My friend asked me, like my best friend, she was like, do you think that Ryan is going to be like Homelander? And I think we talked about this too.
Yeah, we did.
And we literally talked about this. And I think that that's the white man of it all. Like, that's why when I was asked this for Ryan, he could turn exactly like Homelander, because white men love to hate everybody who's criticizing them and eventually just become resentful of it and be like, you know what? Honestly, fuck this woke shit. I hate feeling ashamed. Why should I be ashamed to be myself? Other people think I'm great. Like, so I'm so sorry.
Bless ya.
Thank you. So, yeah, West, Homelander, Ryan, white men in general. Yeah, West is technically, I guess, Homelander in this situation. But that was my 2 cents there.
That is so funny. Yeah, he's Homelander, not Anthony. And yeah, like I was saying, he said it naturally. You resent and I'm like, that's not naturally. That's not my instinct. And it's so like you said, he benefits from Black culture, and we've been saying this, but he loves to, if you go back on his posts, his TikToks, his social media, he loved to be like, oh yeah, fuck ICE, and like all this shit, and he loves when he gets praised for it. And he's like, oh, you want to unfollow me? Go ahead, unfollow me. Guess if that's what you want to do. But then you sit there with your co-host, um, who, that is wild in itself. And then you victimize Amanda, and you don't acknowledge Sierra, and even your own. Let's get through the show, just so, because what I talked about the show with Raven, but I didn't get to talk about Watch What Happens Live, which was so good. So I want to talk about that. But yeah, you victimize Amanda, and then you don't say her name, and then you also make your first statement on a monetized podcast, and then later on, which we'll talk about, is your own best friend who is trying to still give you the benefit of the doubt, which I understand from a certain point, is like, he's going to come in defensive. He's wrapped up on the timeline. And I'm like, thank you, because we see that in what he's talking about now, even though the timeline is still shaky and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But so we go through the week, and he has like a puppy adoption event, and Amanda shows up, and they linger in their hug, and Amanda, and this is the premeditative shit that it just adds to. Shout out to the TikTokers, shout out to Reddit, shout out to the Instagram girlies, even shout out to the Facebook girlies that are literally doing the work. Like, I know that there's going to be a whole great montage of Amanda being a terrible friend to Sierra, and Sierra being a great friend to Amanda. And they have that conversation where she pushes him to like apologize, and even Kyle brings him a fucking drink.
The way Kyle ended up a third wheel to this event was crazy.
Wild. He's bringing them a drink to their date.
Be damned. Like, I had a misogynistic thought that I had to confront, where I thought, my first immediate thought was, wow, Kyle's a cuck. And then I was like, no,
Yeah.
Leah, no, Leah, like, this is like, no, it's healthy to be able to like trust your partner and not have a reaction.
You should be able to.
You should be able to 100%. So like, disregard, again, that was a misogynistic thought, but my first thought was like, wow, Kyle, hello, interrupt. Yeah, so we're here for your event. Go get a drink. This is your event, right?
But also, like, maybe even if I didn't do that, and I was just being nice, because Kyle, he even though I just met him once, like, I hate him from the show, but like, he was nice when I met him in person, and he's nice to fans, and he overtalks and he overshares, and it's so odd, because he's like the person who should be the least caring about when they have those talks about race, and Wes should be the most comfortable one. And we see literally opposite. Like, this is a white boy, blonde hair, blue eyes, with money, dates white girls, like, knows who he is. He is a college boy, frat. Like, he is literally Kyle. It's in the name. He's Kyle.
Oh, yes.
It's Kyle. Kyle is so Kyle. But go ahead.
Kyle and Amanda being from also the Amanda Show just sent me as you're saying,
Yeah.
Kyle.
Yeah, that's what I
Continue.
think about. Like, in my head, when I see Kyle, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker was named perfectly. Like, he's Kyle. And it's like, you would expect a Kyle to act more a bit like a Wes, not in the behavior, like, of acting. I mean, picking up mannerisms from who you hang around, but more like in the race talks. Like, I would imagine it would be more uncomfortable for him, because he can't relate so much. He hangs around. I mean, he lives in New York City, so obviously, in doing the show, so he hangs around all kinds of cultures, and he understands that. But like, when he grew up, the way that he looks, the way that he dresses, he is not Black culture. Now he's a DJ, so he's gonna have to know what to play. Like, he's gonna have to know. He's gonna gotta immerse himself in the culture, obviously. But when they have those talks, Kyle is like, "Oh, thank you for telling me that." And also he follows up when they air the talks and he's like, "Thank you guys for opening up." And I actually can't imagine, being in your shoes. And you know what, you guys they had that talk on his birthday. Like it's so crazy to see that when Wes loves to walk around like Mr. Feminist woke, like I
My
have black
mom's a
friends.
OBGYN. Yes.
Yes. He loves saying that. And it's also a shame because I know your mama did not teach you this behavior, child. But that's another another conversation. But yeah, wild to see that. And I just want to talk and shine a spotlight more on the Mia of it all, which is so while it is sad, it's so inspiring to see her overcome, not necessarily overcome because you can't overcome something like that, but inspiring to see her keep going
Mm-hmm.
and openly sharing her feelings and her life and her wins and losses and everything and her family and her most fearful thoughts with the audience when they went to see that medium. And that's the kind of friend Sierra is like, I'm going to not only refer you to this person, but I'm going to go with you. And I feel that so deeply that like, damn, like I'm here if you need me. It's just so sad about Mia, but I'm so glad that if you find comfort in that kind of thing, if you believe in that kind of thing, that both their mom and their grandma came through and we get to meet Mia's family. And it's just good to know that Sierra and Mia have comfort in each other. What'd you think about that scene?
One of my favorite, like that was my favorite scene of the episode. I'm so glad that we talked about it. I love that Mia brought her brother. It was so touching to see Sierra get emotional like with Mia, for Mia, knowing you can tell just how well they know each other. Like she knew as the medium was saying things that was going to resonate with Mia and like who they were talking about and how much that would mean to her. I just thought it was so beautiful, and shout out to Sierra because we have seen some awful mediums on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City last season. So I feel like this was a genuine experience, and that was really kind of her to share that with her.
Yeah, it was such a beautiful scene, and I'm so glad that she has Sierra, and I'm so glad that she has her brother because she said the best thing that her parents could have given her was her brother. So I'm just glad to see familial relationships like that and true friendship in general. Um, and then we get to like let's KJ and West and Jesse and was it Ben in the car with them?
I think so.
I think it was Ben. Those four in the car, and he's talking about how Amanda told him to apologize again, and KJ is like, "Well, maybe not, or maybe just be real, be a real person, have a real conversation, and act accordingly." And West goes, "Oh, so don't apologize," and it just says everything about his character right there, everything about KJ's character. We find out from the girls' car, which is so fun, and I wish I was in that car, like so, like girl car
Mhm.
and also Scott, I think that's his name, her
Yeah.
boyfriend. um we find out from the girls car that um they're just like having a good time, and we meet more of, I think that it might be some foreshadowing there. I don't know if Mia and her boyfriend are together anymore, but we meet him. I don't feel any things about him, like I don't get the ick, but I also don't like love him because we didn't get enough time with him.
Mm-hmm. I think it would suck to date a chef. Like everything I've seen about dating a chef who owns a restaurant, no thank you. Like I would like them to be able to cook. That's a great skill, but that would require you to be home with me and be able to help cook me dinner. Like to be gone 100+ hours a week and constantly traveling. I think that would be super hard. Also to note, West, I know he's me. I don't know. I'm not going to diagnose him, right? Like, so I have no idea. But I will say that it feels at times sociopathic to me. And I think that, like, sorry, but like, I think a lot of men have this quality where they truly don't know how to empathize at all with women. Like, they don't know how to empathize. So when he asked KJ, who said to him, I don't know, maybe just like actions speak louder than words. Like, and West was like, well, what kind of actions? Like, am I supposed to
Tell
buy
me
her a
so I can
coffee?
mimic them.
Right. Am I supposed to buy her a coffee or am I supposed to apologize? And it's like, Cara Berry and I talked earlier, and she pointed out like there has definitely been multiple situations where KJ has thought this is not how you should be responding. And
Yeah.
Kara pointed out like the first time was at dinner when West centered himself during the conversation about race and how hard it was for him. And then this conversation, I'm sure he's just sitting there and thinking, if I had a conversation with a guy dating my sister who says this, like it's immediately like, you
It's
guys
a
can break
wrap.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
break up. That's all I want
Yeah.
to say.
No, that's exactly because he's just like, be yourself. Like, why am I telling you everything? Why do you have to do that? Like, just be yourself.
It's disingenuous if you have to be told how to make up with someone or what to do. Like, that's your problem. He has like imposter syndrome or something.
Because he just doesn't really, you strip it down, he probably doesn't have a personality either, but that's a whole nother podcast. So we get to the house, we find out that KJ and Dara are dating. And Sierra goes, "You got a girlfriend. You got a girlfriend." It's so
Yeah.
cute. Like the childlike moments, and that's what I'm like. There's so many different things going on this season that's so good and so fun and so light and so cute and meaningful and beautiful. But some people said that it rubbed them the wrong way when Mia and Sierra kind of confronted them for moving fast. And I'm like, I guess you get it, but I genuinely just think that, especially because and that's what breaks my heart for KJ too. He said, I've been hurt in relationships and friendships so much. And like that was just damning too. Because it's
Mm-hmm.
like also maybe KJ is just getting to know this side of West
Mm-hmm.
at the same time as like he doesn't know that his friend's this horrible. He's like, I've been hurt in relationships and friendships, and to find out that Wes did what he did and also didn't apologize to him, apparently we'll find out obviously. But as far as his threads, it doesn't seem like he did. um and so people think that maybe they shouldn't have confronted him about that, but I just felt like they're being big sister or sisters to him in general. And me and Raven talked about her age, which wasn't it's not a big age difference. She's 32 and he's just turned 29, so that's like 4-year age difference at that time,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe even just 3. It depends on like when her birthday is. But yeah, so what did you think about them confronting him?
Loved
Not
it.
even confronting, just asked.
I loved it. I thought it was great. I loved it. I thought it was sweet. I thought it was a testament to how they're all real friends and care about each other, and create a safe space for each other to have these conversations. Um, I'm sure that, like, for KJ, he seems like he gets really anxious and in his head. So I'm sure that that conversation made him wonder for a moment, is there something that they're seeing that I'm not? But I think that they were completely within their right to have a conversation with him. I think it was like brother sister vibes. He still
Mhm.
echoes that. Yeah, I don't know. Calm down. If he doesn't have any bad feelings about it, then I don't know. I think it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it too because I just think it was you. Like it's like don't fall in love at the Jersey Shore, and also Sierra's like I'm speaking from experience, also, and just even if she wasn't speaking from experience, like okay, well you've known each other a few weeks,
Mhm.
so just watch out for your heart. Simple.
100%. Also, watch out because, if you guys are locked in right now and like she comes back for another season because the audience likes the two of you together and then all of a sudden you break up, like I'm sure there's so many things to think about that she has thought of as a
Right.
seasoned reality TV star.
So true. So true. Exactly. So perfect. Um, then we get the see like I don't even oh God. Sierra and Wes talk, long story short, and she apologizes to him, and I was screaming at the screen. Like, stop apologizing to this person, but again, speaks to her character, not his.
Mm-hmm.
The mask slips off. Everything about that conversation was I and me and how I look and how he's perceived and the public opinion and the backlash he got. Hated it. Um, and he says again, I see you. It's demonic. The whole season, she's like, I want people to see me. Like, her whole thing is like, I want to be seen. And for them to do that, both of them on the same episode, those words mean so much. And then you see her like apologizing because, you know, like maybe she could have done something differently. And I think what breaks my heart the most is that, damn, like she was, I would say, in love with this dude. I hate to say it, like you can just tell in her face, like she had a lot of feelings for him, and especially when she pinpoints that you said that I'm not your person. That is crazy. And then if they were even able to rekindle things romantically after this conversation, which I believe that they did, it's like, oh, you really meant that shit. And the apology and then her obviously crying broke my heart. Him holding her and then just trying to, oh my god, it's painful to talk and think about that. I just only watched the episode once, took some notes, which I usually don't do. I do shit on the fly, guys. But it's just so painful that I'm like, I don't want to rewatch this episode ever again. Just feeling like her being genuine and him masking, and the mask slips, and it's just evil. Like, that's evil there, bro. Just knowing where they are. Then we see the preview for next episode. Andy Cohen confirmed that we will still see the fight with Carl and Kyle. So y'all, don't
Strap
worry, it's
up.
coming. We are two men in our 40s and we will fight. And I'm like, hell yeah.
One sober, one completely not, I'm sure.
Exactly. I'm like, give me that. What did you think about, obviously, the big conversation between those two?
Yeah, I think he's manipulative. I think he's a child. I think he's a coward. I think his true feelings have dropped many, many, many a times this summer. He resents Sierra. He hates the fact that he has to walk on eggshells. He has built her up to be the size of all of the viewers combined in his mind, to think that she is just the leader of accountability and just wants to make his life hard and difficult. And like he really thinks that like he can't get comfortable because of him, and it's so laughable because she's sitting here and expressing that she wants to just be herself, and like he doesn't realize the pressure that's been on her all summer, that she can't even relax, be herself, let her guards down because she's scared of him humiliating her, like with the lap girl who came over. And then to fast forward to where we are, I agree. I find it so hard to watch because it makes me infuriated, because I'm hearing so many Black women talk about how this is an experience that they can relate to. And I just think white women will never beat the allegations. Like, it's just, and men consistently dropping the ball. It's just disgusting, really.
Yeah, it's hard to watch, but it is reality and it mirrors experiences. So if anything, maybe people can learn from this, but I know they won't. Watch What Happens Live. Jesse's on there. Jesse Solomon. Everyone that I talk to, they don't know what to think of this Jesse Solomon. What do you have a permanent opinion on Jesse Solomon, or does it change as we see the episodes?
I definitely have a permanent opinion. I have a lot
Tell
of
me.
thoughts, but
Oh,
I guess
please
I'll
just go on.
start.
Falling in love.
Jesse. Jesse was once the kid who was bullied in high school, and guys thought that he was not intimidating, so they didn't have to guard him around their girlfriends. And he, because of that, had relationships with women who he secretly, not secretly, actually wanted to date and have sex with and hook up with, but they viewed him as a friend. Fast forward to now, Jesse is awkward and uncomfortable in his own self. And I think that he would like to, I don't know. I think he would like to be like a Rico Suave like type to like get a bunch of girls. And I think that I also think simultaneously he doesn't want the drama or complications, and he seems like somebody who, I don't know, like I could picture him being like a Tom Schwartz at the end of the day. And I mean, in the sense of, I don't know if he'll ever get married, be really serious, probably get one girl a ring on a string to the next. Like, so that's sort of how I feel about Jesse. Um, I wish Jesse's one of those people where he sort of reminds me like he would be cool if it wasn't for the fact that like the sexualization and like it's uncomfortable. Like everyone's been through an experience where they thought someone was their friend who actually wasn't and had said
Insane. It's also like, oh, this whole time that's what you think of me? Like, I thought you were my friend. Sorry, but go ahead.
that exact sentiment. Like, so I just think he gives off grimy. Also, the way that I don't even like Lexi, the way he was with her last season. So, do I think Jesse's a good person? No. Sometimes does he make me laugh? Yes. Half because he has the biggest teeth of all time. Like, like you can see him coming a mile away. I think it's kind of funny.
That's so
um
funny.
he kind of looks like Goofy. Like that's like he just like like
Yuck, yuck.
yuck. Yeah. That's sort of what I think of when I think of him. And the one thing I will say that I'll give to him though is like not in an ironic sense. I actually do think it's funny in a way that I'm not making fun of him. The fact that he knows people didn't like him and his response was to make that song. I guess I'll start being me. Like I do think that's hilarious.
I think that as I'm getting to see Jesse, I totally agree on the Schwartz thing. Um, like Andy said, he better come with those receipts because if not, bitch, you're complicit. I'm gonna be on his ass too. And I haven't gotten on Jesse yet. I've let him live. But I think that you nailed it on the head. But I also think that there's a little bit more depth to Jesse than that we see because of his cancer experience.
Agreed.
So like he's kind of trying to go through life having that experience, also growing up maybe not a ladies man,
Mhm.
and he's had to develop a personality, and he's like,
Mhm.
wait, but I developed a personality, so
Mhm.
I have it all. Like now I have the looks and I also have the personality.
Mhm.
So, and I'm dating hot girls. Now I'm on TV. So it's like a lot. But then also we have these moments, like he said, like when he was nervous about getting checked again for cancer. And like that's when I really like locked in on him and trying to see him as not just a straight white man. But then he did that shit with Sierra, like we said. It's just like, yo, that and why are you talking about one if you want to kiss her, it's not up to Wes. In general, that whole situation was wild. Um, so I don't know how I feel about Jesse, but I think that his experience with having cancer does shape him and make him a little bit more emotionally like not intelligent, but also he doesn't want to go through life living it like not having fun because he has that experience where you can literally like die at any moment. And that's how I try to be. That's why I'm always joking because it's like, damn, life could be like you guys are all planning everything, but like for me personally, I've been through so much and I have medical issues, and his issue is more serious than mine, even though he's cleared right now. You don't know when you go through something like that, it changes you sometimes for the better or sometimes it changes for the worse. So
Mhm.
I also don't have a solid opinion on Jesse. I don't know if he wants the whole kids marriage thing or does he think that he want that because he went through that whole cancer experience and he's like, oh, I almost died and I don't even have a legacy. So that adds a whole nother like layer to him that I always try to consider when I'm just like, shut the fuck up.
I'm
But
glad you
with
said that.
but with Tom Schwartz, it's just like, bro, I don't want to hear shit you got to say. But then even with Tom Schwartz, when we get to know what's going
Mhm.
on with his family, he had a
Uh-huh.
lot that he was going on with his parents, his brothers. a lot is happening in his life that we he's also very, very nice in person. He literally like let me drink out of his drink, and I was like, why did I just do that? Like everything went out, like everything went out of the window. But don't worry, guys, he's not going to be on the podcast because y'all will beat my ass for that, and I understand because I don't know what I was thinking. I was just high off BravoCon. I was like, yeah, he said he would come on the podcast if I wanted it, and y'all were like, Kaya, please. And I'm like, yeah, you know what, Kaya, please.
You're like, what was I thinking?
What was I thinking? But yeah, so that's pretty much Summer House. Even though that was literally 40 minutes of Summer House, it's just so much going on and that we don't get to talk about. And then also things that get added, that there's always new stuff. Like even tomorrow, there'll be something new, especially when we get to the whole seating arrangements, the reunion, whatever tea leaks from the reunion looks if they do anything, Andy and all that stuff. So it's gonna be Summer House. Go ahead.
No, keep going. I'm sorry. I just wanted to like, I was just like thinking like I wanted to say something in a second, and I don't know why I raised
It's
my
just gonna be
hand.
Summer House, Summer House, Summer House. That's it.
I just wanted to say thank you for pointing out another perspective regarding Jesse, because I do think that I was just incredibly harsh on him. Know
No,
that this is like
you were right.
light work, you know, like this is my general opinion of him. I do reserve the right to change my mind at any time and often do about people. I think that he is more aware of his mortality than other people, and like you said, like wants to live his life doing things that make him happy. I'm not quite sure what his end game looks like. Like you said, I don't know if he wants to have the kids and family. Like I'm not sure. But I do think he is a bro. And I do think he has known about West and Amanda since before February. And I also think that
That's the ultimate
he's
question.
I think he's known. And I do think that he's not going to say that, because I think that he's locked in with West enough, even from the fact that
Hmm.
they joined together, and like he said, how he supported him through having to go for his checkup. So I think he's known. I don't think he's going to ever admit it. And I think that I don't even think he'll admit when his first speculation started, but I think it was well before then.
Yeah, and I saw that picture of like Duan where they were having the tense conversation, and like they pointed out like that's probably when the 2 hour conversation that they allegedly had, that he said on Watch What Happens Live, they had a 2 hour conversation where Amanda reassured him that they weren't doing anything. And I'm like, how do you lie to someone for 2 hours?
And by the
And
way, Bravo, our TV's all glitching during the bedroom scene. F you. Like, if since you have
I
screeners,
saw that.
did that happen? Like, what did we miss anything?
No, I don't know. Like, what part was it? Was it with West and apologizing? Is that what happened?
Yes.
It was just him literally standing there like a dum dum, like saying, "Oh, are you on the phone? I can go." And it's just literally Amanda on the phone, which added another layer of like, "I want to kill them." But you didn't miss anything. It was just him being dumb and acting just like, "Oh, I'll come back later."
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
that's literally it. But I think it's funny that it glitched on that scene because that just shows like that is their energy. Like it's literally a sign. I'm sorry, I don't care. Like
It's
that's
a
a
sign.
sign.
You guys broke the fourth and fifth wall in that scene. Like something happened there.
Great point.
Yeah.
Real Housewives of Rhode Island, baby. I don't care about nothing but
Mm-hmm.
Alicia
Mm-hmm.
saying "Welcome to Rhode Island, bitch." And as soon as she said that, I was like, I know where I'm at. I know it woke the Rhode Island up in me. And I've never been. I don't even know if when I fly from Florida, do I pass I can't point Rhode Island out on a map, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna study it so
Mm-hmm.
Alicia doesn't come get me. I thought it was Liz
Mm-hmm.
who I needed to watch out for,
Mm-hmm.
but when Alicia got activated, and then she got activated, and then she was just like, you know what? You're right. You apologize. I forgive that shit. I'm like, wow, these women are so interesting. And I wish that I could let things roll off my back just like that if you just apologize. But me, even if when you apologize, and I do genuinely like accept the apology, I still think about it. And sometimes it just comes out in like the way that I act. It was just so funny. Like, it was funny. It was what I needed. It was right after Atlanta, which I talked about with Ryan Bailey, which was another hilarious episode. Came to show as a star, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just so funny. So many things happened. These women overshare so much. I'm like, this is our next hit. And it's like, okay, are these women going to burn their flame too bright too soon? But I'm
No.
like, no, because we have so many, yeah, we have so much history. We have so many cast members. We have so much going on. What are your thoughts on that situation specifically, Alicia? And was it? I think it was what, Rosie?
Okay, I'm gonna be so honest with you. I think I was doing laundry during that exact moment. Like I hate
Okay,
to
let me
believe
tell
it.
you. They
Tell me.
went. They went. They're sitting down. They're eating. Someone says something like offhand, pretty much like because she made a comment about Alicia made a comment about Liz, saying basically that's how Liz is earlier in the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that situation happened, and then who she was talking to, and I think it was Rosie that she was talking to. Correct me, you guys, if I'm wrong. And I'm sure you will. Rosie like brought it up and was like, but you said that that's how Liz is, and then Alicia just snaps. She's like, don't fucking play with me. Don't try to make that this. And then she literally gets her, welcome to Rhode Island, bitch. And like Liz has to take her over to the side, and she's like, listen, it might have been, I don't know if she's talking to Kelsey or Rosie because they look alike to me, but it could have been Kelsey, could have been Rosie. She's like, I just did this with Kelsey with the ongoing last week.
Oh my
And
God.
I feel like I kind of like jumped the gun, and I understand how you feel, but don't let that shit like bother you too much, you know? Because I understand like how you feel, but don't let it bother you too much. And and then Alicia just she calms down, and I'm like, my God, do we have stars on this cast or fucking what? It's like I need a trip to Rhode Island. I need to go on these railroad tracks. I could use the exercise. I need to get Dunkin' Donuts. I need to go to that cafe, which is the second best celebrity owned cafe coffee place in the planet. Don't know what list they got that from, but
Right.
shouted it out. I love these women so much. It feels like when I met the women of Salt Lake City.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Completely agree. Liz is a star. Alicia, also a star. Alicia, confusing to me for so many reasons, though. Like, I, first of all, I just have to go back a second.
Yeah.
Did we meet Alicia's husband this episode? Like, her family comes over, they bring a bunch of food, and I
Yes.
swear for like 30 seconds, her husband walks in, walks
Yes.
out, and then they talk shit about him. Is that right?
Yes. Yes. And it was the greatest thing ever.
Iconic. They said, leave him. Now, here's the
Well, they were
thing.
telling Rula about her husband. So they were telling Rula, like, listen, your husband is actively cheating. Like I've been where
Yeah.
you're at. Been through this, and she
Mm-hmm.
mispronounces something, and like it's so funny. The interaction is so funny, and then she's like, oh yes, bring that out, that Italian side of me. So the family comes, and the women is what I always say, like positively, not in the Mary Cosby way, but women. She's just like, I've been in your shoes. I hope you hurt him. She literally says, I hope
That was
you
so
hurt him.
funny. Cackle.
Iconic.
Iconic. I hope you hurt him. Yes, it's what he deserves. Hurt him. But okay, so that was to Rula.
Yeah.
I see, because Alicia's husband is the one who's financially controlling, and like we need to look into
Yes.
that situation because it's giving financial abuse. I'm concerned about it. Because what do you mean that she helped you with Pizza Mama or Mama Pizza or Nona Pizza, and then she doesn't get, I don't know which one it is. I'm being so honest.
It's Cooking Mama. Shout out to all my gaming girlies.
Yes, the DS.
Love Cooking
Stop.
Mama. Yes.
That was my favorite. I can still
Literally.
picture that one like roll that you made with the rice. Like that was one of my
Yes.
favorites to cook.
It scratched an itch in my brain. A touch
That
of
and
autism.
Nintendogs, like washing my pet while there's this fleas
Oh my.
coming off of it and like dirt.
I'm like, you guys don't understand. I gotta get home. I have a dog. And I
Yeah,
never had a dog.
no,
But I had a dog.
right. And it would bark, like you could turn it up, hear it, and then yeah, whatever. Going back to Rhode Island, Alicia, your husband sucks. Rula's husband especially sucks, but like the real elephant in the room is Joellen's sister wife and husband situation.
Please, what did you think of that? Please. Is she gonna fuck her sister's husband and we're gonna be there to witness it?
I don't know. They've already been doing it for years. Like I don't know if we'll get to see it. Like it's
So
already
your theory is they are already they're beyond
100%. He
going.
touched her boob back in the day. I mean, first base already. What's a little more? It kind of gave, if you know, you know, dryer porn. Like when she was doing the laundry. Like I was like, is he about to stuff her in there? I wasn't sure.
Oh my god, I love you. I fucking love you, Dryer. That's so hilarious. Oh my god, yes. I felt so uncomfortable about that situation because she's like, "Oh, I need a sperm." You don't need my husband's sperm that you dated back in the day. You're already touching
Attention, why are you
titties.
touching his under? Why are you here? Why are you pushing my kids on this? Don't you like, why are you pushing my kids on the swings in the jean, denim, halter dress? Okay,
Y'all are filming. Y'all are filming on the way.
coming.
Baby, she was ready. Oh my god. It was just like so much to take in.
And Joellen, like, stop trying to make fetch happen. Like, you don't need to try to tell us that it's okay for your husband and your sister to flirt. It's still weird. Just say it. It's weird.
It's weird, and we're monitoring that. We also, just the last thing I want to touch on,
Mhm.
because it's just so much coming out of Rhode Island, and I'm still like getting their names right, who's who, and the history with who, and how someone fucked the Spanish teacher, and then
Oh,
someone
that was
got
crazy.
got fired when she had colitis and didn't go back to work, but really she was like one of the higher ups. So much lore that we can't even get into on the first season that I'm like, don't worry, because if one falls off, we got another one ready. Like we just met Rula like the second episode, I think. So much going on. But what I wanted to talk about is Kelsey and Dino and Liz. Liz's husband decides that he is done sports fishing for 3 weeks at a time every month.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm like, while that sounds suspicious and terrible, it also sounds like the ideal situation because I get 3 weeks to myself.
Mm-hmm.
You go, leave me alone.
Yeah.
We'll get together for a week.
100%.
And I'll see you. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like I'm good with a long distance, see you sometime relationship, but some people aren't. And also you have time for a side dude. Not that I'm just saying, like, but it's not, and I don't want Liz to beat my ass. They did not fuck. I want to make it clear that Liz said, because I don't want it from Liz at all. I don't want it from none of these women, frankly, not even Kelsey. But you know who did? Kelsey and Dino, and it sounds like he was a fucking creep. That was the ongoing, because he showed up where she was when she was vulnerable 10 years ago. So she just turned 30, so she was literally 20 years ago. I mean, 20 years old.
I was scared for what that number was going to be. I'm like, age check. How the fuck old is Kelsey? 10 years
And
ago is what? I was like
exactly.
concerned.
Because remember, when we met her, she was still talking about how she has, well, she swears she didn't have two boyfriends since we met her second boyfriend. But she was like, the reason that she's at that is because she's at 30 now. She's like, I turned 30. I want to know if I have a family and friends. And she introduced her second man, and I think that's who she intends to be with and have her family with, but she got to get this money first. And I'm like, girl, go ahead, but make sure you do it right, because that house that you're in, gorgeous, don't fuck up your situation. But just the whole Dino and Kelsey situation, and Liz listening to her, and also just trying to make it clear that, you know, like husband is aware of their friendship and would often send him in to check up on her. This whole thing was just wild. It's just a wild thing to think about. I feel bad because it just seems like Kelsey is being painted in a certain light. Like she's a sugar baby with a boyfriend who slept with Dino. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
she's the younger person. Like they love to call people a millennial, and it's always derogatory. She's the millennial on the cast. And I just felt bad for her when she was like kind of telling that story. But I'm glad that her and Liz could get to a place of compromise and talking again, because I think that she does look at Liz as a friend, and she didn't mean it to get that far.
100%. It sounds like these people are deeply intertwined in each other's lives and have been since they were younger. I don't know, Kelsey and Liz, somebody knew each other since they were 8 years old. They're sisters and their mom are best friends. Like the fact that Liz knew that she could invite Kelsey and put her to work helping her pack up that boat when they haven't even mended things. I'm like, okay, they're
Yes,
friends. Like that's
you
crazy.
don't that. Oh my god, that's such a good point. Like, it doesn't matter how much we argue or where we're at in our relationship, even if it's awkward. If I need help, who am I gonna call?
Hmm.
We can just figure out the rest of that shit later. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
you guys are friends, and that's what I love about this. It's like we have people that have an intertwined lives, and there's always
Hmm.
a story there, and it's so interesting. So I know this is new, but sometimes this is perfect because we're getting to know the lore from the beginning. So if you haven't joined in, please join in on Real Housewives of Rhode Island. I really love it. We'll be talking about it on Leah's podcast next week if we don't have to talk too much about Summer House, because there's a lot always going on. And guys, a lot of you are watching me new, or are new, and listening to me are new. Please understand that I and Leah, we love scripted things as much as we love unscripted things. And please, like, whatever you like, let us know so maybe we can join in and talk about it. um because I know that, like, a lot of time I will be honest and transparent with you guys, because I don't think that we have a parasocial relationship, we have a social relationship. A lot of the times the listening numbers drop off if I don't put that I'm talking about Summer House. But I want you to know that I don't just talk about reality TV. I love reality TV and breathe reality TV, especially Bravo. But we both just love TV, and we'll be talking about different things. So if you want to support us, please, the a free way to support us is to stay for the conversations that are also not about what you want to hear. But if you don't want to, that's also okay. Just make sure when we're talking about something that you like, you subscribe, you do all the good things. I think YouTube has a thing called hype the videos. Do whatever you can to support both of us. I will be on Positively Uncensored regularly now. She will be on Bravo We're Black regularly, and I will be on So Bad Is Good regularly, Bitches Better regularly. Listen, when I can get an invite from Kendrick, I try to be on I Cannot regularly. But like, let's see if Kendrick listens to this. And also the Mix with Monty. Like, I have my people that I go to. Leah has on so many great guests. So make sure you go check out Positively Uncensored, subscribe, like, and tell us what you want to hear. Because sometimes we'll just talk about it because you want to hear it.
Tell
Anything
us
else you
if
want to
you're
add?
watching Beef. Like Beef just dropped the
Yes.
second season on Netflix. I watched
Oh
the
my
first
God.
season. I might be
Yeah.
tuning in because I'm curious.
Yeah.
Let us know if people went and saw the movie The Drama. I have a couple of thoughts. I'd love to talk about that on an episode just at random. So yeah, let
Mhm.
us know, co-sign everything you said. That felt like a love letter. Thank you for pouring into both
It
of our
is.
shows.
Yes, you guys listen to both of us, and so we can continue to do this. And also, if you have any like tea, anything, send that shit to Leah, because she's really good at like receipts and stuff. Me, I talk about so many things that I have conversations with people in the DMs, and then I get distracted. But you're so good at organizing your thoughts and your TikTok videos and breaking things down. Send it to Leah, send it to me, and I'll send it to Leah, and then you'll probably see it. Listen, we are doing it. Send it to Daryl.
Yes.
Love
Love
you
that.
guys. Love you so much. Thank you for doing this, and talk to you next week.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.